Greetings, Earthlings. In today's video, we will be talking about the blank canvas human race. Now hold your horses, guys. I will be making a separate video for the other 3 human races that are going to be releasing. So don't worry, it's just because I have a couple of different strategies for when there's multiple pairs releasing compared to only one pair. So in this video, we're only going to be focusing on the blank canvas human race. And I'll probably make a video later down the line regarding the holy human races. Those look really nice in my opinion. As of now, we're sticking with the blank canvas human race. And to be more specific in today's video, like always, we will be talking about some release info, how to cop them, some resale predictions, and of course, a closer look at the shoe. To kick it off, let's just start off with some basic release info. So these will be releasing on February 23rd. That is subject to change, obviously, but as of now, it is February 23rd according to Yeezy Mafia. It will release at 10 a.m. Eastern, as all human races and most Adidas shoes have in the past, other than Yeezys. These will be releasing for $250 US worldwide. Now, I do believe there's some exceptions. I do believe some countries won't be getting them, but I do think that the majority of countries will be getting them because the stock is going to be pretty decent on these. If you're wondering where to buy them, one, obviously, adidas.com. It will be first come, first serve on there. For all you guys asking if it's going to be like a splash page similar to the Yeezys, it's not going to be like that. So far, it's only been Yeezys for the splash page. In this case, it's just on the Adidas site. You just type in human race, and as we get closer to the release, they'll just be right up there. In addition to adidas.com, there will also be some raffles, I believe, but this is something that I'm going to have to keep you updated for, so I will make a video on all the raffles as we get closer to the release. If you happen to be new, make sure to subscribe for that. You definitely wouldn't want to miss out. Okay, so with the release info out of the way, why don't we talk about how to cop them? To start it off, I'm going to give you some tips for copying. The number one tip I would say, get a friend to help you. And these are going to be releasing on a Friday. That is the 23rd. So I would say if you're at school, maybe get some school friends. If you're at work, just, tap a buddy on the shoulder and be like, hey man, I would really appreciate it if you just got on your laptop and tried to click this button for me. And if you get through, I'll take care of it. It's all fine. So that's my number one tip. Get friends, because it's not like the splash page where you're selected randomly. This is going to be first come, first serve. You have to be super quick. And for all you guys wondering, will the Barney's jig be working? Unfortunately not. I don't think the Barney's jig will be working. And even if the Barney's jig were to work, the issue is that apparently a lot of people just get the processing payment loop, which is just really annoying. And by the way, if you want to know how to get out of the processing payment loop, super simple. I wish I knew this strategy before the Blue Tint and Beluga 2.0 release, because with the multiple People Jig, I got in 10, 11 times or so within 5 hours. But imagine if I knew how to do this. I would have had 11 pairs. That's insane. So to get past the processing payment loop, what you have to do, you have to sign into an Adidas account. So if you plan on getting, say on a Yeezy release, you want to have a ton of accounts set up just in case you get that processing payment loop, because it's only 1 shoe per account. So in this case, human races, you're probably only going to be able to get 1, but maybe make 2 accounts just in case. So if you get that processing payment loop, here's what you do. It's really not hard. You have to sign into your account on that browser, and then you have to switch to another browser. Say I'm on Chrome, I would switch to Safari. Then on Safari, what you would do is sign into your account, and it'll be right there in your cart, and hopefully you have enough time to check out, because these are going to be selling really fast. But like I said, if you get the processing payment loop, that's what you do. Tip number 2, you got to make sure that you guys refresh at least 1 second to 2 seconds before. I personally like 2 to 3 seconds. That's my zone, because the timer is a little off. If you leave the timer going for an hour or even 30 minutes, there's a little delay. So you might be in 5 seconds late, and that 5 seconds could be super crucial. So you want to make sure that, say, at 10 seconds, you want to refresh so you're up to date. But then comes 2 seconds, you want to refresh again just so it comes up. And if there's no sizes that pop up, I have another strategy for this, because this is what happened on the Chinese New Year's for me. And I actually had to go, I got the wrong size, but you definitely want to be in as fast as possible. So if you see that no sizes are popping up you might be getting really, really worried. This is what you have to do. You have to refresh, right? It's simple and they should pop up. Sometimes you still can't select those, so what we're going to use is the multiple people jig. And hold your horses, guys. Again, we're not using the multiple people jig like we've been using it. We're not using it to enter raffles or increase chances. The only reason we're using the multiple people jig here is just in case you can't click on a size on one account or on one Chrome user. You want to click on the size on another Chrome user. You don't even need the multiple people jig. If you have like a couple of computers, definitely just try it on different computers. Or even if you have different browsers, maybe have one set up for Safari, one for Chrome, one for Firefox. The reason I suggest the multiple people jig though, aside from using Safari and all those other browsers, I think autofill is a necessity in this case. For Yeezys, you don't really need autofill because you got a long time when you're checking out because there's stock constantly going around. But for human races, first come, first serve. You got to check out as fast as possible. So say you have 7 Chrome users set up, just speaking hypothetically. You want to set up autofill on every single one of those 7 Chrome users, just in case you happen to get in on the 6th one, or you happen to get a size in your bag on the 5th one. Or maybe, if these happen to sit a decent amount of time, you might actually be able to get 2 pairs, and you'll have autofill to check out super fast. And if you do plan on using PayPal because you don't have a debit or credit card, which is cool, it's not a problem. I hate PayPal. When it comes to the Adidas site, I always get errors with it. So what I would advocate is when you use PayPal, make sure you have another tab open on each Chrome user, obviously, signed into PayPal. And with this, I don't think you're going to have to sign in. You won't have to go through that whole process. You'll be able to avoid some errors. Make sure you're signed in on another tab, save you a ton of time. But I would advocate using credit or debit cards. That's just my opinion. Sometimes you'll even get that CAPTCHA issue. If you want to avoid the CAPTCHA, here's another tip. On every single Chrome user, make sure you're signed into a Google Chrome account. So I would say make a bunch of emails, or maybe if you don't have to do emails, all you do is put your email in and add a +1 or a +2, and basically you won't have to do the CAPTCHA because you're already signed in, but sometimes you're gonna have to do it. For the most part though, I haven't gotten any CAPTCHAs. When it's on my account, you just have to check the box. You don't have to select the images if you're signed into a Chrome account on a Chrome user. But yeah, so that could save you a ton of time, obviously. And if you do happen to get the CAPTCHA, take it easy. You don't want to screw up. If you mess up, it's going to set you back even farther. Slow and steady wins the race for CAPTCHA. Alright, with the how to cop out of the way, I think you guys know the rest is basic. Just be as fast as possible when getting it in your bag, in your cart, autofill, all that good stuff. I think you guys are set for that. I think a lot of you guys will take W's. But let's talk about some resale predictions. For me, this is a personal pair. For you guys, though, who are interested in reselling, I'm going to give you my predictions right now. If you're asking me, will they have resale? Very simple answer. Absolutely. Now, I do know that the retail price is $250. It's not like the Cortez Kenny. It's not like the PG2 PlayStation where they're like $100. No, this is a whopping $250. That's a lot of money, guys, and I could definitely understand if you feel like it's kind of risky. Trust me on this, though. Just trust me. They will have resale. In fact, I have heard that the blank canvas is the most limited out of all the 4 that are coming out in March and February. So that's something to keep in mind too. And of course, these shoes are super universal, so the demand is definitely going to increase. Now, personally, I like the tie-dye ones better, but I know a ton of people, they like these better just because they're easier to match. And it makes sense. So demand is going to be super high, and we also have rumors saying that they're going to be the most limited one. So I would venture to guess that resale could be anywhere from the lowest, like in the worst size possible, probably being like $380 to $420. Now, that's the lowest. I don't think they'll go below that. Now, thinking of like a high price, probably like $500 to $550. It obviously depends on stock. But for the most part, I think they'll shadow the Oreo human races. I think they'll be similar to that because they are universal, very similar stock. So, main thing to keep in mind though, because numbers, they don't really matter. What you need to just understand is that yes, they will be profitable, and it's going to be good profit. Personally, though, personal pair. I don't know if you guys are going to sell them or keep them, so let me know in the comments. Alright, with the resale predictions out of the way, why don't we take a closer look at the shoes? To start it off, these will have a white midsole with boost. Of course, all human races do have boost. I find that it's not extremely comfortable, but it's also more comfortable than a shoe without boost from Adidas, like the Power Phases say. They will have a trail bottom, just like the previous release, in white. It will have an off-white upper, giving a canvas look, because, guys, the whole story behind this, it's for the Holy Festival, I believe. You know, the other shoes are like, what's the after effect of them? So you start off with the blank canvas, and then the next final product after the festival, you get the pairs with tie-dye on them, and then you also got that equality one. So that's basically why it's called the canvas. These will have white laces, and on top of it, it says world. And I'm actually not sure what the other side says. If someone could let me know in the comments, that'd be fantastic. This is a community, guys. It's not just a channel. If you want to know how these shoes fit, personally, I like to go down half a size, or even going down a full size. It would be kind of tight, but it wouldn't kill you. Now, I think that going true to size for me, you know, there's a lot of wiggle room in there, so I don't like that. But if you do have wider feet, if the width of your foot is a little more wide than the average person's, go true to size just because they're a little narrow on the middle of your foot. Just something to keep in mind. But for the rest of you who don't have wide feet, go down half a size. That's just my suggestion at least. With that, I am out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. Good luck on that release. When we get closer to the release, obviously, I will make an updated guide, you know, with the raffles. Maybe if I could find another jig for you guys that might work, because the Barney's jig, it's not going to work for this, guys. Just trust me on that. Don't even waste your time. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. Whatever floats your boat. I'll see you guys later.